So the deal is practically done. Oh my goodness. So if you haven't heard, Microsoft is this much closer to securing the Activision Blizzard deal. I believe the only people who were in the way was the UK. They made a deal with Ubisoft when it came to cloud gaming. But all in all, from what it looks like, right, since FTC, they're out of the picture, they're going to close the deal. They're going to seal this Activision Blizzard deal. And I'm seeing a lot of praise. I'm seeing a lot of people going, yeah, oh, this is awesome. A lot of people on Twitter, now if you don't follow me, it's Amazing Lucas fans, but a lot of people are praising this deal. And this is something that I've said before, and that is, why? Can someone explain that to me? Because I'm not sure what there is to praise about this deal. Can you honestly say, I know this is hard for a lot of Xbots out there, but can you honestly say that you're genuinely impressed with the service that you've been getting from Xbox? Can you genuinely say that, hey, I'm loving the first party games that they're giving me. I'm loving the service and the quality of games that I have via Game Pass, that Microsoft has been delivering to me. And if you can't say that with 100%, integrity, with 100% of confidence, then this really, I don't see this as a win. I see this as just a big conglomerate taking, buying what they can buy because they can't innovate. That's what it seems like. Since they can't create, they're just simply buying up, right? They're buying up the real estate of the gaming community. I don't see that as a win because were people happy with Redfall? I mean, are people really happy with Starfield? I know it's a mixed bag. People are saying, oh, this is the game of the generation. But if we're going to be honest, if Starfield came out as a PlayStation exclusive, if we're going to be honest, if Starfield came out as a PlayStation exclusive, would many of the Xbots who are praising this game, do you think they would have the same praise? If you had 100-something planets and only 6 of them had actual life on them, and I mean life loosely, but if only 6 of them had life where you could interact and do quests, would they be praising it? Or would they be taking a giant dog poop on the game? So I think there's a lot of bias towards Starfield. I played Starfield. I bought it early so I could have early access. And I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't really impressed. And I still have that issue when it comes to Sony, as you can see with Spider-Man 2. I think there's a lot of squandered potential. Now, Sony beats Microsoft, I would say 9 out of 10, 9 out of 10, okay? But at the same time, they seem to be falling in a pitfall where it's like, well, they don't have to worry about Xbox. So that means they're less creative. They're less innovative on the games that they're putting out. And that's taking a toll on people who don't really care about Xbox versus PlayStation. We care about quality games. I came from an Xbox 360, all right, then got a PS4. So the concept really isn't about devoting yourself to one company or one console over the other. It's about devoting yourself to quality games. That's what it's about. And if you juxtapose this acquisition with, Phil Spencer talking about, hey, if Game Pass, doesn't see significant growth by, 2027, it's going to be game over. We're going to take ourselves out of the gaming market. And if you haven't looked at Game Pass isn't growing. It's not. It's been on, they constantly miss their numbers time and time again. In addition to that, you compound that with, as far as the lack of sales that Game Pass causes, then it's a double whammy. And with them not innovating, not creating, it's only a matter of time. That's what it looks like. It's a matter of time. All of these acquisitions aren't going to help when it comes to a lack of innovation in gaming. All of these acquisitions aren't going to help when it comes to people going towards your product because you're trying to buy talent and you're not even doing anything with that talent. Now, in the meantime, Sony definitely has some gaps, but it's a little hard to see because you're laughing at the poor display that is Microsoft, where it's like, Sony, you shouldn't be laughing that hard because your time is coming if you don't innovate and create and put out some killers as well. If Wolverine looks like a bland, a non-innovative, non-inspiring game, that's not going to be a W. That's going to be a massive L, and it's going to hurt Sony going forward. So I'm all for competition. That's why I enjoy. That's what I like. When it comes to this acquisition, I don't see a win for anyone. It's not a win for Xbox players because you still haven't gotten anything out of it. And it's not a win for PlayStation players because any type of exclusivity when it comes to Xbox and their acquisition, we're not going to see the impacts of that until decades from now. So it's like, okay, well, kudos to you. I guess you get to have access to games that we've been had access to. But any of this exclusivity talk, like I said, at least I believe the papers were like 10 years or 15 years down the road. So it's like, okay, we'll worry about it when it comes, when that comes. And if you don't think they're not going to have new IPs to substitute the impact of them maybe possibly losing exclusivity to Call of Duty or something else, then you're crazy. Like, you're dumb if that's what you think. So I see this as really a nothing burger. It's not a win for Xbox and it's not a win for, PlayStation. Now, having said that, given the fact that it seems that many gamers have been dumbed down, or this current generation of gamers has been dumbed down, where everything has to hold your hand and tell you to do this, maybe go here, do this, go visit that person, perhaps, we'll just see, the same thing come out of Xbox as we see from PlayStation. And when that happens, when we get to the point of mediocrity, but I don't think that's the case. I think a lot of gamers are going to be demanding to push the barrier, to push the envelope, especially moving forward, as we've seen with the graphical changes, the mechanical changes, as we've seen with a lot of games that we're seeing that, hey, there's still more out there. There's still more that you can get out of the gaming community, out of the gaming industry. There are mechanics that, that we haven't seen yet. I think that's what excites me, that there's things that I've yet to see. There are mechanics that people are coming up with that I even know I wanted. Okay, so that's what I want to see. And I hopefully that change that we saw from, let's say, Nintendo to the PS1 to the PS2, that jump, not necessarily in graphics, but in gameplay. I want to see that next jump for the next generation of consoles. And that's what I'm most excited for. Kudos to Microsoft. Hopefully they produce something with this acquisition, because hey, I'm looking for a reason to turn on my Xbox. I really am. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. Whether or not you believe, Luz, you're just a Sony pony. Anything that Microsoft does, it's never good enough for you. Or if you don't believe, hey, you know what? I'm happy for them, but I don't know what I'd be happy for, because I don't own Microsoft. I mean, I have shares, but other than that, it's not going to be a big W for gaming. Because they're not producing anything. They have enough money. They have enough developers. They're just not putting in, quality. It's as simple as that. But hopefully that changes. Hopefully. Nevertheless, if you guys, disagree with the video, you're more than welcome to call in during Disagreement Day, which are typically held Friday through Sunday. There'll be a number on screen. You call in, we duke it out. Either or. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. Oh, that fun stuff. Till next time, guys, be amazing. They're going to close the deal.